Today we're going to do a quick exercise showing you just how to make a flat piece of material for a panel with a hole cut in the middle of it. It seems relatively simple, and it can be kind of simple depending on how you approach it. It's not always the most precise thing. You can see that it has some funny cuts when your angles get weird, but we'll just do this quick one just because I've had a few questions about this recently. So you can go up here, you're going to go into your new family that is curtain panel pattern based, and once you get that guy open, you're going to go to your reference geometry over here. Make sure you have a line picked and have 3D snapping should be selected, and then you're just going to connect midpoint. You can see it snapped to midpoint with that little triangle, midpoint to midpoint, and then you're going to drop a point right in the middle of that midpoint line. And then here's the tricky part. You're going to select that point, and you're going to uncheck show normal reference plane only, and you're going to make sure that you have always show reference planes. And what we're going to see now is you're going to see all three of the reference planes that are available for that point. I'm going to go set, and I'm going to tab into that horizontal work plane. 1, 2. Now that's my active work plane right there in the middle. And I can show my active work plane. It doesn't really tell me a whole lot, so I'm not going to bother with that. So I'm going to also go back up here to reference geometry, and I'm going to get my circle, and I'm going to make sure that surface from closed loop is not checked because I just don't like it very much. And I'm going to go right snap here to the middle, because remember my active work plane is that point's horizontal work plane. I'm just going to make myself a circle. Hold on 1 second, honey. What's that? You need to do 3 pages of homework tonight, honey. And so you're going to select that circle, and you're going to go create void form, because it's going to be your hole. And you can add parameters to that if you want. And I'm going to actually make this thing go up in both directions, like this. Let's give it a nice wide berth. Give it 10 feet in both directions, because I want to make sure that it's going to cleanly cut this extrusion when I make it. So now I'm going to select that guy. I'm going to create form. And because of the order that I created these things, I'm going to need to go in here and use my cut geometry tool and go pick, pick. And that's all that there is to it. You can make sure that this is working by grabbing your line, grabbing one of your points and stretching it off. And you'll see that if you hadn't extruded that thing in both directions, your circle probably wouldn't be cutting all the way through. But now, since you have that great big long void geometry, you'll be cutting the whole thing. So now when you load this into your project, and right now I've got family 1, but I'm just going to replace it with the family that we just made, and you can see it populate this guy. And you can add parameters that adjust the size of the circle or adjust the thickness of this extrusion, but it creates the basic relationship that you need here. There, I've got my hole poking through my surface, or through my solid. And there's more complicated ways to do this that do different behaviors, but this is the basic output that a lot of people are looking for.